Hello, my name is Cerece Rennie Murphy, and I am the author of The Order of the Seers sci-fi trilogy and the upcoming children's book titled Ellis and the Magic Mirror, which is an early reader chapter book about a little boy who finds a magic mirror and discovers that there is a secret society of trolls at his school trying to stop kids from learning. And Ellis, his little sister Freddie, and his best friend Toro go on an adventure to discover what these trolls are all about and save their school from whatever they have planned. So I am talking here today about just kind of my journey as a mom of a 4-year old and a 7-year old, and how I ended up writing a children's book when I'm usually a sci fi writer. um, let's see, about a year ago, my son picked up the first book in my Order of the Seers trilogy and asked me if he could read it. And my books are for adults, and so I told him no, he'd have to wait until he was a bit older. And he said, "Well, can you write me something that I can read?" And I was pretty honored by that. I think every parent, um, has an idea for a children's book. And dreams of maybe writing one or a story or something for their child. But to actually, when he asked me, I thought, you know what? I know how to actually produce a book. I can actually do this for him, which was just an incredible moment. So I said yes. And I asked him what he wanted in the story. And my son told me that he wanted a skateboard, he wanted an awesome fight scene, and he wanted to make sure that his favorite stuffed animal, Chirpy, was in the book. So I thought, okay. So I tried to put all that together. I came up with a story idea, and I pitched it to him, and he liked it. And so I came up with a chapter outline and I told him what each chapter would have, and he approved that. So he was really my editor through the whole process. So every chapter I wrote, I gave it to him to make sure that he could, first of all, read it. And I wanted to see what words he might have trouble with and that kind of thing. And he gave me fantastic feedback that I used to edit the book and make it into something that he truly enjoyed. In addition to that, I had the privilege of working with a wonderful illustrator by the name of Greg Garay, Visual Verbosity, who I met at a sci-fi convention in Chicago a couple years back, and he's just his style of drawing is just really kinetic and colorful and full of energy, and I knew I wanted that for a book for my son. So I contacted him, and he was available and generous and willing to work with me, and so we started the process of illustrating the story that I had written, and it's taken about 6 or 7 months to fully put everything together, but the book will be released August 18th, and we're just so excited about it. One of the things that I'm really most excited about in bringing this story to readers is that it really addresses something that I saw with my son, particularly last year when he asked me to write him a story. My son um, is a good reader and was reading above his grade level, but he wasn't reading chapter books. And I found it a struggle to find stories that he was interested in. He likes to watch Ninjago and all kinds of action sort of cartoons on TV. But there wasn't a lot of action in some of the chapter books that we were seeing. And if there was action, there were hardly any pictures. And I remember, bringing to him the Magic Tree House and saying, "Oh, look, Arya, it's an adventure and this, that, and the other." And he'd flip through it and goes, "But there are too many words, Mommy. There are no pictures. I don't think I can do this." And, I'm trying to encourage him, and sure you can. You can read these words. And I knew he had the ability, but the lack of pictures was really intimidating for him. And so when he asked me to write him a story, I really wanted to write something that had all of the pictures of a storybook, but with the more complex story of a chapter book. And so that's kind of the overarching concept behind Ellis and the Magic Mirror. And I know it's something that other teachers are seeing in their classrooms and other parents are dealing with at home. So I'm really excited to bring this book to families and schools and libraries to just keep encouraging kids to read and making it an easier transition for them as their reading level moves up, and too many other books, those pictures sort of get lost. So I hope that this was informative. If you'd like to know more about Ellis and the Magic Mirror, you can visit my website at www.CerecrennieMurphy.com. That's CereceRennieMurphy.com. Alice in the Magic Mirror, coming out August 18th, 2015. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed it.